Well, after about a 10-day hiatus after our finals podcast, we decided to take a little time off and kind of collect ourselves after the sprint of July and the end of the season. And obviously, we've been in contact with some Rangers like we do every season, just to try to schedule when to sit down with them and watch their group and talk through it all. So all that's in the work. A couple of being recorded this week. But this is a group that we were way too low on going into finals. And they deserve to be reacted to because they were way better than we thought they were going in. Just lack of content, just weird placements at a few shows down the stretch, just odd. But they really surprised us, so good for them.
Yeah, felt like we owed it to them as well.
On
just
principle.
We were so wrong. Yeah, on principle. Sure.
So before we jump into the Blue Stars 2025 Drumline from, I didn't check which day this was. Hold on. Which day is this video from, Robert?
It looks like finals. Well, it's hard to say.
Semifinals. It's semis day.
Okay.
Yep. Robert always puts it in the description.
Yeah, a lot of the groups stay in the same zones for all 3 days, which makes sense.
Yep. So semifinals day, they impressed us a lot. We're the two hosts of the Aged Out podcast. Welcome to Aged Out Reacts, everybody. I'm Michael Fantini, and with me as always is
Evan Worrell.
Before we jump in, go subscribe to RBase311, Robert Martinez's YouTube channel, and anybody else that films and makes awesome lot videos throughout the season. All the links to support the original video, as well as all of our links to support us, whether it's Patreon, our website, grab a shirt or sticker, all that stuff. Comment, like, subscribe, share. All right, here we go. Let's jump in, give them the credit they deserve, and yeah.
FCO.
The funny part about the lot is you show like 8 on a hand in the background and stuff, and I don't know what they're doing. Did I miss something? No. Okay. Good base lead into the roll.
That's hard coming out of space. Just get that rough.
Ooh, with a
Nice
baseline
roll.
layer right at the end of the roll.
Singles blended with snare quads.
I think what's I'll pause at the end of that phrase really quick. What surprised me the most about them that I didn't expect, again, we're hamstrung by lack of videos sometimes or the quality of the videos that show up. I was surprised by the battery sound, like the blend. Like you could hear it there where the bass line layered in at the end of triplet rolls or just the snare to quad balance on triplet rolls or whatever. It was just a lot better than I expected. So everything with a grain of salt. Everything with a grain of salt, people on the internet.
No. I'm going to make very rash decisions and stick to them. Yeah, this attack, this rough coming out of this space. That was a buzz rough.
Whatever the bass line was doing underneath those bigger, more open rhythms.
Pocket section.
Yeah.
Between the snares quads.
Then the bass line under it was really cool too. This the same phrase again?
I think they're going on.
Okay.
A lot of really open rhythms. Passing the ball around section to section.
The bass splits underneath all that flam tap work by the snare line was really good.
There's a lot of like isolated like left hand cheeses. Did you get at the
Great cold attack
the
on the
violet
singles.
down.
Yeah.
Ooh,
That's
good.
tough. That's very tough. Right into the flam phrase.
Yeah, so that kind of idea throughout the first iteration with the high shots, and then the low, and then they kind of cap that phrase off again.
Yep. So they
rhythm.
it was a good juxtaposition moving from thought to thought, because you had the open stuff you just talked about, feeling that space together, the two isolated notes. They built it a little bit at the end, but then they came right back at you with a very dense, more just flam focused, flam rudiment heavy phrase. So that juxtaposition, one after the other, is a very nice change of pace to keep it fresh for the listeners.
I bet they're probably doing like each chunk twice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, all right. Skip the next.
All right.
Just for the sake of
time.
This not being like a 40-minute video. I love side pings.
They sound cool, and they good tap fives, and they feel good to play too. They feel badass to
And they
play.
look cool. Little interplay of snares, quads. They do a really good job of like keeping the single strokes open.
Good bigger roll across the battery. Oh, that was the cool bass split lead in into the fade out cross sticks across the snare line. That was cool. I'm talking over the bass line.
Yeah.
Here, listen to the bass lead in into the cross sticks, passing back over to the bass feature.
Good roll. Good
a very
control
subtle
with
feature.
The menu window on the split single. Dude, one thing, this has nothing to do with Blue Stars, really. Pause for a second. But seeing whoever the quad drumming account is on Instagram or whatever, posting a lot of those mid-2000s, like 05, 06, 07, like Beatty, Blue Coats, Cavaliers, old Phantom stuff. Like hearing those like quad drums like tuned up, I'm like, all right, I do miss that sound of like those quad drums being up there. Those six drums just be like,
they just speak like crazy.
But, yeah, I do miss some of those.
It is a very
that has nothing to do with them.
Texture shift, if you think about it. How quads are tuned typically on average lower, a lot lower than they used to be. It gives the battery sound a fuller sound, but you lose that sharpness and aggressiveness to the quad line, I feel like. Maybe.
I just think a lot of people tune their drums low now, except for the bass lines.
All right, well.
A lot of the bass lines sound fantastic.
I agree with that. Very much so.
I actually would say across the board that, sorry, I just going on a rant here, that the bass lines are like the best tuned instrument in Drumline DCI these days. Like for me, like everybody's bass lines sound good. And
I could get behind
quads
that.
And snares.
Do you think that's because there's more approach-wise, like consensus across the community of how to do it nowadays? Do they all sound better because they're all similar and they're all good, or is it different better?
I think people have just gotten better at tuning bass drum. Like they pick out tuning schemes that match, whether they're doing thirds or like whatever they're doing with the 1-3-5 or just so. But all right, snares.
Third time's a charm.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, great space with the quads and basses adding on to that. All right, I have to point this out.
And it was fun. There's a lot of like little micro phrasing in there though. Like,
that's one of the things I was going to point out. They did in the middle of it as like a reset, double stop decrescendo notes, and then had like a dotted eighth note type feel to go back up, and then hit you with a very dense moment. It's a cool little reset button in the middle of the phrase. they feel eighth note and dotted quarter note spaces and stuff really well.
There's definitely a lot of times in the arranging where one section has like the lead voice.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, those bass runs. Paradiddle Diddle 3s have to be one of the best feeling things to play to me.
They're pretty great. No, great Shirley Murphy in the phrase big high like that. Ooh, good roll.
Ooh, nice. Tap fives.
I didn't know this book had this beef to it.
This is a good section for them. Oh, yeah, the basses.
When it wasn't over. There we go. That was
like a fake out.
Okay. I hope they were exposed in a readable spot on the field when they were ramming like that. I would assume they probably were, but you never know. Yeah, I didn't know this book had that these legs to it. Maybe that's on me for not doing my homework enough throughout the season, but I think it's just they're a perfect example, not to beat a dead horse. And we were talking to Greg Powers about this a little bit after the season. Like, it's one of those circumstances where a group flies under the radar because there's just not a lot of content that happens to come out. And what was out there was super early season. So, and he kind of was telling us, like, these kids worked their butts off the whole summer. And, like, they ramped right into finals week. And they get no credit for that throughout the season because no one sees them. Unless you're at a show or something. So
definitely one of the groups that probably earned the most improved battery of the year award, or in the conversation.
Definitely in the conversation.
Lots of good teaching, lots of good just perseverance through the summer by the membership.
It's the same phrase again, isn't it? Yeah. We'll see when I see where we're at.
That's a good roll.
Yeah, good place to start. We're just going to go from wherever it is. Right here. Fine. Oh, that's the phrase I talked about earlier.
Little kind of like PDD rolls.
Mm-hmm.
Lots of, control hanging on to rhythms here. Lots of space. I love it. They play a lot of like 6-inch flams.
Mm-hmm. That takes a ton of stick control. Whole end of this phrase again. Great move into the tap fives.
The hands all look very relaxed too.
The approach is good across the battery.
Get out of here with that. That's great.
That's a tough add-in turning around like that in the middle of that AB phrase.
Yeah, the AB split, yeah. The only splits I like.
Mm-hmm. More of those eighth note spaces and re-attacks all over the place.
Nice. I thought it was cool too how they put the one stick away and used like the other left hand as like almost like a primer for the drum.
Roll kind of came out of nowhere.
Ooh, good blend in the integrated art.
an
that's a
isolated
double.
left
Choke to
flam.
go, choke to
It
go,
was like
choke
a
to
it
go.
was like a cheese still, wasn't it too? But they just didn't play the release of the cheese back on the right. Could have had that wrong. It might have just
Or
been
was
two
it like
lefts.
a single? Or was it like a flam drag without the third partial? Did it? Did it? Did it? I don't know. We'll see in this one.
Yep.
Better that rep. Good. Some weird spaces.
Mm-hmm.
Did it? Did it?
A lot of hiccups in the middle of phrases. See if they hit the integrated roll out of the big flam taps this time again. Was better rep.
Good. Yeah.
I think those were just the cheese,
Yeah.
like a left cheese without the release back on the right, and they grew
I
the
thought
left
it was just
hand.
I thought it was just a flam and then double. Did it? Did it?
Oh, maybe, I don't know. Someone let us know. We're not going to rewind it
anyway.
another time.
Get. I don't want to watch the third time. No offense.
Is this the same one?
Yeah.
Yep. All right.
Just from
Alright,
the side angle.
Let's see. It should be. Looks like there's one more phrase probably in this video. Let's see where this is at.
Man, I love putted rim shots. You can just lay into them.
It's got to be the end of the show. Yep. I think that's the end of the show. I missed the beginning of that phrase, so we'll give this a minute and then we'll. Good.
Ooh,
good,
nice slow
good
down there.
Slow
Open
down
it up.
together.
Big triplet roll.
Just more of that space. Just re-attack after re-attack at a weird space. My favorite part of this book might be the baseline writing. Just the way they use it to support rolls and just single figures and fill space. Right there. Yeah, man. Good for them. That's
Great
a summer.
finish in the season.
Yeah, there's not much else to say beyond just it's because all these kids are going to have the memories of the progression. I know that's one of my favorite parts, not to make this about me, but my summer at Blue Stars, we were very, very, very bad. The beginning of move-ins. Just inexperienced, a lot of green people in the battery, and through just getting our butts kicked a lot and just hard work. Like, that's my favorite memory of that summer. There's some cool phrases, cool moments, but we just came so far, and I'm glad these kids have similar memories from that, from us watching it, from what others have told us about their season, because it's just enjoyable. The writing was cool. Good for them.
A worthy finalist percussion ensemble. Well, obviously right here, Battery, based on what we saw in person and, what the video shows as well. So
100%. So good for them. And the next video will be after this. Like I said, we've been scheduling a bunch of arrangers. I think we're sitting down with Joe Hobbs tomorrow night. So that'll be the first one to come out in a few days from now after this one. So be on the lookout for that, and then talking to a handful of others over the next couple weeks. So comment, like, subscribe, share the video. Go support Robert. Like the Blue Stars video here. Share it. We'll see everybody in the next one.
peace.